publishing states as we slide in the G-Ride. I've been getting criticized as keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out great tits. New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. In top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. In top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders. And off we go from Las Vegas. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good start. 1 play, 10 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams, 64 yards. And the Raiders need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. On play action, Winston. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Play action now. Winston rolling to his right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jameis to throw it. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Here's Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On 2nd and very short, Carr forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, at the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. Any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. So he was clearly over the line.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From midfield, here's Carr. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Carr.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
P.J. Williams with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into a
50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin.
And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Carr's throw taken in by Adams.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Here's Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller.
Finding room at midfield.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Carr going to throw.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Off the play fake, Winston.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw?
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. Has the head coach handling it, the offensive coordinator. Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Winston back to Kamara for another catch.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They go play action. Winston. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. Throwing, Winston. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Play fake, Winston. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number two, maybe they actually have the lead.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Carl try it again on second down.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Winston sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On 3rd down, Winston. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 30 on second down, Carr. Caught out right by Renfro. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Carr. And that's good for a gain of 6, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different look.
And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Josh Jacobs taking it in from a yard out. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Carlson on for the PAT. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a toss. Kamara left side.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Third and short yardage. Winston. He completes it to Jones.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Winston. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's got room. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about out every time.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to the ground. It's Kamara.
Brought down at the 20.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Winston.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Winston now. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Winston to throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Escaping the pressure right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Carr. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Throwing his Carr.
He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And able to work his way down to the 16. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime, they've just likely won this thing in regulation.
It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
And he is into the end zone. The conversion attempt is good, and that'll give him an 8-point lead here in the 4th.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Winston. Being chased out left. He's going to let it fly. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.